Good afternoon. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the Galveston College 2023 Nursing Recognition Ceremony. Please be seated. This ceremony is honoring the soon-to-be graduates of the Vocational Nursing Program, the Associate Degree Nursing Program, and the first graduates of the RN to BSN program. I'm Donna Carlin, the Director of Nursing. Dr. Kelly Pinnell, the Director of the BSN program, will address all the students and guests following me. It is my pleasure to introduce our guests, and please hold your applause until everyone has been introduced. Today we have with us on the stage Dr. Miles Shelton, the President of Galveston College. We also have Dr. Sissy Matthews, Vice President of Instruction. We have Ms. Vera Lewis-Jasper, Dean of Technical and Professional Education. We also are so happy to have with us today board members of Galveston College. We have Mr. Fred Raschke, Mr. Armin Cantini, and Ms. Carolyn Sinceri. I also would like to recognize the Galveston College nursing faculty. From the Vocational Nursing Program, we have Ms. Angie Herman, Anitris Farr. From the Associate Degree Nursing Program, we have Dr. Mariana Thomas, Mr. Jeff Eubank, Ms. Vicki Jernigan, Ms. Ann Silvas, and Ms. Sheila Fields could not be with us today because her son is getting married in California, and she did not want to miss that. Also from the Bachelor of Science program, we have the director, Dr. Kelly Pinnell, and faculty member, Ms. Nicole Stevens. We also would like to thank our pianist, Dr. Larry Bloomstead. Please welcome these guests. Today we recognize the 2023 graduates from the VN, ADN, and BSN programs. Seated in front of you are 3 educational levels of healthcare professionals. Nurses are the largest single component of all healthcare workers. For the 21st year in a row, nurses topped the 2023 Gallup poll as the most honest and ethical profession. The American Nurses Association president, Dr. Jennifer Mensick Kennedy, said of the new poll, "This recognition belongs to America's 4.4 million incredible nurses. Your ranking in this poll is an acknowledgement that without your bravery, professionalism, and clinical expertise, our healthcare system could not function. Families, we recognize the sacrifices that you've made as your graduate went through the program. Without your support, their goals may not have been met." So a big thank you to the families. VN and ADN graduates, pinning ceremonies are an opportunity to recognize the students' hard work and dedication in their clinicals and in class work, and for making the transition from student to nurse. You have had a challenging journey during your education, yet you persisted. We all know the many hours that you've spent studying alone, studying in groups, working on care plans and papers, doing community service, getting to clinicals in the early morning hours or the very late hours, more studying, tears, and laughter. But in spite of these challenges, you were able to adapt and persist. And today we celebrate your accomplishments. Leave the past behind and focus on your future. Your education is not over. Every day you will go to work and you will learn something new. Take advantage of these experiences and become the best nurse that you can. Nursing is not a job, it's a profession. and uphold the tradition of excellence in nursing practice. Accept that nurses throughout the industry constantly experience evolving roles while embracing new technologies and resolving emerging issues. When you recite the Nightingale Pledge later in the program, please internalize its meaning. The pledge may have been written during a different era, 1893, but the words resonate today. Your patients will expect this of you, as will your employer. And now we'll have Dr. Pinnell come and speak to you.
Thank you, family, friends, Galveston College Board of Directors, and members of the administration for joining us for this celebration. It is such an honor for me, a nurse, to stand among 3 educational levels of graduates. It is my belief that nursing is a calling, and thank you all for answering that call. I'm so appreciative of you, appreciative of your commitment to caring for those that entrust themselves to you. BSN graduates specifically, both myself and Ms. Stevens want you to know that we recognize how much each and every one of you has sacrificed and demonstrated amazing grit throughout this journey. You kicked and screamed a few times, but you made it. And we want you to know how proud that makes us that you allowed us and Galveston College to facilitate your earning your BSN. Thank you for that opportunity. For some of you, all of you, this may be the end of your formal education, regardless of whether you're a VN, ADN, or BSN. I hope that you continue, especially go on and get your master's, get your PhD. You may ask yourself, why do I hope this? Because the nursing profession and patients need you. They need you to demonstrate the way for the next generation, to set an example of the right things to do, to show off your knowledge and skills out there, especially to show them that as nurses, we do the right thing even when nobody's looking. Wear your nurse badges with pride and honor. Pat yourselves and your peers on the back and enjoy today. To all the pre-licensure graduates, please keep going in formal education. The patients need you to continue to go out there, all of you, regardless of your educational level, and move mountains. Congratulations. Your faculty and fellow students have worked hard in planning this ceremony, so let's proceed. Please welcome Dr. Matthews to the stage to introduce the speaker.
Good afternoon. It is my privilege to introduce our guest speaker today, who is Dr. Tanya Jenkinson. Dr. Jenkinson is a graduate of Galveston College VN and ADN program. She went on to receive her Bachelor's of Science degree in nursing at UTMB, and she received a Master's of Science degree in nursing with a concentration in nursing leadership from Walden University. But she didn't stop there. She went back to receive her Doctorate of Nurse Practice from the Cizik School of Nursing at UT Health Science Center, Houston, with a concentration in nursing executive. She began her career working at UTMB as a charge nurse on hematology, oncology, and infusion services from 1999 to 2009. She left to work as the Director of Nursing for Ben Taub General Hospital in Harris County from 2009 to 2012. She returned to UTMB and has held a variety of leadership roles, including in the ambulatory clinics, oncology, and is currently the nurse manager at UTMB League City Hospital. Please help me welcome our guest speaker and alumni of Galveston College, Dr. Tanya Jenkinson.
Wow, thank you so much. First of all, huge congratulations to you guys, the Galveston College nursing graduates of 2023. As a Galveston College alumni, this opportunity to be a part of this pinning ceremony is such an honor. You have made it through one of the toughest journeys that you'll experience, nursing school. Whew, I remember. This is a great day for everyone here, not just the graduates, but your family, your friends, and the nursing faculty. Today, as we look to these amazing nurse graduates and soon to be full-fledged nurses, we should all feel a sense of pride for what they have accomplished, even with the struggles of night clinicals, family woes, and one of you even experienced childbirth during your last semester and returned to class 3 days later. Now that's what you call resilience. There is not a more worthwhile profession than being a nurse, because you will save lives. But how? What will you do with your nursing degree? Most of you already have plans about your first job or furthering your education. I'd like to share a few thoughts about the big picture of nursing. I want to talk to you about the power you will have as a nurse. Nurses really forget about the power that they have on a daily basis. It's important to keep in mind that the care you give lives on in the lives of your patients and their families long after your relationship ends with them. So the kindness that you give or don't give, the compassion that you demonstrate or don't demonstrate, that is what they will remember. That is real power. I was at a wedding last year and was mingling with some friends, and out of nowhere this woman comes up to me and pats me on the back and says, "I remember you when I was in the hospital. I was in your ICU, and you and your nurses saved my life. I had COVID, and they didn't think I was going to make it. And I remember every single nurse that took care of me, and I remember you because you would come and check on my family. I'm forever grateful to you." It's so incredibly humbling when patients or their families approach me or remember me or my team as a nurse that took care of them. I did not remember her or her family because the COVID pandemic was very challenging for us. And you will not remember every patient that you care for. She could have come to me with a different story, that my team was uncompassionate, cold, and they made her family feel like they were a burden when they asked questions. So that is why it is crucial that you get clear on your intentions for being a nurse, because another human being's experience depends on it. Accountability. I know you have heard this word many times during your program, and I hope you paid attention because this is so important. We are bound by the American Nurses Association Code of Ethics, which defines expectations of conduct. And the common theme of ethical codes for nurses is accountability. Being accountable is keeping our commitments to people. Being accountable means being responsible for your actions and accepting the consequences of our behavior. You will have many responsibilities as a nurse in being accountable. You are accountable in taking care of yourself and maintaining your health and mental well-being to be an effective nurse. You are accountable to your patients and always putting their health first and advocating for quality care and making sure that it is delivered appropriately. You are accountable to respect your patients and their rights to dignity and self-determination. You are accountable to your profession, knowing that your decisions or actions will either make the profession look good or look bad. You are accountable to your employers and your peers to maintain safe practices in your daily work. Be an accountable nurse. Be the nurse that if you make a mistake, you tell someone. Be the nurse that knows your limits and seeks help when you need it. You will sometimes have to make quick decisions, so take responsibility for the choices you do make. 28 years ago, yes, 28 years ago, and I remember vividly, sitting where you are for the first time, completing the vocational nursing program in 1995, and then again in 1998 when completing my associate's degree. I know many of you have entered the transition program as well. I had no idea the richness the nursing journey would offer me and all I had to learn along the way. During nursing school, I was able to complete my preceptorship in oncology, and I truly enjoyed it, so I started my career as a nurse on an inpatient oncology unit. I learned how to administer chemotherapy, manage very life-threatening side effects, and learned how to manage a dying patient. It was so rewarding to take care of this patient population, and I knew choosing nursing as a career path was the best decision I ever made. 10 years later, I finally decided to go back and get my bachelor's degree. It took me so long to go back to school since I had this enormous fear of writing, and I was not in the top of my class in nursing school. I wasn't even in the middle. But I had a mentor that pushed me to face my fears. She would always tell me, you will never be successful if you just stay comfortable. I really suggest having a mentor during your career to push and guide you in the right direction and give you honest feedback. After obtaining my bachelor's degree, I decided I wanted to get into nursing management. I was offered the privilege to open a new inpatient oncology unit at a county hospital, and as a novice manager, I had to learn new skills in managing and leading nurses. I wasn't just focused on patients anymore. I enjoy the leadership role and working collaboratively with many disciplines to not only improve patient care, but advocating for nurses and making sure they have the resources they need to provide excellent patient care. 10 years later, I decided to go back and get my master's degree. Mom duties got in the way of that one. It definitely was a sacrifice, and I dealt with trials and tribulations, but I succeeded. Right after I got my master's degree, I was like, I cannot stop now. So then I got this crazy idea to get my doctorate in nursing practice. 3 long years later, I succeeded. This is just a reminder to all of you that education is never over for us as nurses. Be uncomfortable and challenge yourself to meet your professional goals. We are lifelong learners. I promise I never thought in a million years that I would be standing here and that I would be where I am today. And I'm so grateful that I had a mentor, and I pushed myself to promote further education. We've heard nursing is a calling. It is the difference in earning a living and changing a life. But anyone that has told you nursing was easy, they lied. You are entering the workforce where COVID-19 may have receded from the headlines, but it continues on nurses in every corner of the country. And the lurking menace of workplace violence can make already a difficult job more difficult. Patients can be disrespectful and sometimes even violent. So, as you pass your NCLEX, and settle into your new specialty of nursing that you have chosen, take pride in your work and show up every day and give your best, even when you are faced with the challenges of being a nurse. Always remember that you are making a difference every day in someone's life, no matter how big or small. Be proud of your profession, use your voice, and never take no for an answer. I know each of you will make a difference and do great things, and you will have so many people cheering you on along the way. Grateful you have chosen to be our next generation of nurses. I urge you to be kind when no one is looking. Give grace when it is not deserved. Listen and do not settle. Ask for clarity when you do not understand. Advocate even when it is not popular. Show compassion and do not judge a person's situation. Give the benefit of the doubt and always seek first to understand. Be that nurse that everyone wants to have. I'm going to end with a quote from Florence Nightingale, since it is her birthday today. And we have celebrated nurses all week with Nurses Week. I want you to remember this quote for motivation when you get discouraged. I attribute my success to this: I never gave or took any excuse. Thank you so much for allowing me to be with you here today, and congratulations again.
Thank you so much, Dr. Jenkinson. It is now time to honor the students who have excelled during nursing school. It is my pleasure now to present the Director's Award for Academic Excellence to the Vocational Nursing and Associate Degree Nursing Award recipients. Dr. Pennell will present the BSN Award. The Director's Award for Academic Excellence is presented annually to the ADN and VN students who have a high overall GPA and show consistent academic excellence and critical thinking skills in their class. I am pleased to announce that the VN Director's Award for Academic Excellence goes to Kesley Martin. Please come forward to receive your award. I am proud to announce the recipient of the ADN Award is Brittany Hurst. Dr. Pennell will announce the next award.
The BSN Director's Award for Academic Excellence is presented to the student who has a high overall grade point average, demonstrates academic excellence, and exemplifies the BSN competencies in their coursework. I am so excited to announce the inaugural recipient of the BSN Award is Jenna Metzger. Come here. Ms. Anna Treese Farr will now announce the next award.
Okay. The next award is the Faculty Award for Clinical Excellence. This is an award that is given to a student who has been selected by the faculty for exhibiting excellence in the clinical area over the course of her program. I am pleased to announce that the VN Faculty Award for Clinical Excellence goes to April Dennis. Miss Ann Silvas will present the next award.
I'm pleased to announce that the ADN Faculty Award will go to the student who showed clinical excellence because of her perseverance, I would say stubborn perseverance, integrity, and accountability. That goes to Chastity George. Miss Angie Herman will now present the VN Faculty Award for Student Leadership.
The Faculty Award for Student Leadership is given to students who demonstrate outstanding professional leadership skills during the program. I am happy to announce that the VN Faculty Award for Student Leadership goes to Desiree Ramirez. Dr. Mariana Thomas will now present the ADN Faculty Award for Student Leadership.
So it is my pleasure to announce that the ADN Leadership Award this year goes to Kelly Nicholas. Ms. Nicole Stevens will now present the BSN Faculty Award for Student Leadership.
It is my pleasure to announce that the BSN Faculty Award for Student Leadership goes to Margaret Maggie Hernandez. The next presentation will be the Student Excellence Award presented by Miss Angie, Mr. Jeff, and myself.
The Student Excellence Award is presented to students who exemplify nursing excellence. Students voted for a peer to receive this award. It is presented to students who exemplify the role of the vocational nurse, associate degree nurse, and the bachelor's nurse in knowledge and practice. It is an overall examination of the student's ability to gain knowledge and apply it to the clinical setting.
The ADN Student Election Award is presented to the student who has shown great skill in clinical in the classroom. This student has grown throughout the program and exemplified what it means to be a critical thinker and a caring nurse. The Student Excellence Award for the Associate Degree Nursing Program is Svetlana Domingo.
On behalf of the VN class of 2023, we would like to present the Student Excellence Award to a student who has been an inspiration and a help to their fellow classmates, who has shown outstanding improvement and achievement within the past year. We present this award to Kesley Martin.
The 2023 Student Excellence is being presented to the student who has provided support and guidance to fellow classmates. It is my pleasure to announce the BSN Student Excellence Award goes to Diana Gomez. Dr. Pinnell will now come forward to present the 2023 Pathway Award.
So this is a brand new award this year, and it's in honor of the nursing pathway. For that reason, I want to invite Ms. Carlin to please come forward and assist me in presenting this award.
The nursing pathway at Galveston College is designed to afford students the opportunity to become a licensed vocational nurse through a VN certificate, next become a registered nurse by earning an associate's degree, and culminating in a baccalaureate degree.
Today, we recognize a student who completed this nursing pathway in 3 years. She accomplished this through scholarly tenacity, demonstrated by continuous enrollment. But in her case, in order to complete this academic accomplishment, she not only had to continuously enroll, but her success depended upon taking overload credit hours while studying for her BSN. It is our pleasure to present Karina Mauricio with the inaugural Pathway Award.
We will now hear from our faculty member, Ms. Vicki Jernigan, who is a veteran. She worked as a civilian VN and RN for 15 years and served 23 years in the U.S. Navy Nurse Corps from 1991 to 2014 before retiring and coming to Galveston College. She is also an alumni from our ADN program. CDR Jernigan will now present the military recognition to our student who has served in the military.
So as you know, it's already been stated that May is a month of many celebrations, not only to look out at all of you as graduates, how exciting is that? Also the birthday for Florence Nightingale, but also, as Ms. Carlin said, for recognition for any of our students that we have that might have served or still be serving in the military services. This year, it's my honor as a retired commander to recognize one of our ADN graduates. So if you can welcome to the stage, Sergeant Stephen Ellis, retired United States Army.
This year, we wanted to make pinning a little bit more personal and meaningful by having the graduates share a quote or a thank you message with their family and friends. And so, family and friends, when your loved one's name is called, you may stand in support, but please hold your applause and cheers until after their message is read so that everybody can hear it. I will now introduce the vocational nursing class of 2023. Please line up in the order that you are seated. Ms. Farr will be facilitating the pinning, and you will receive a Florence Nightingale lamp from Ms. Hunter on your way back to your seat. Aaron Brown. Thank you to my family for always believing in me. This is only the beginning, excuse me. Denny Burton. Thank you, God, for guiding my steps. To my mom and kids, this is for us. Thank you to my whole village, I'm grateful. LaQuisha Day. First and foremost, thank God for never taking his hands off me. Secondly, thanks to my fiance for being my biggest supporter and always speaking life into me. Lastly, thank you to my kids for believing I could and motivating me. Shatara Glenn. First, I would like to thank God because without him, I wouldn't be here. Second, I want to thank my mom because today is also her day. Happy birthday, Mama. Lastly, thank you to my kids for pushing me through to the end. Samantha Hernandez. Thank you so much to God, my family, my friends, and my professors for their love and support. I love you all. April Dennis. I want to thank God for blessing me through this whole journey. To my family, thanks for supporting me. To my daughter Mia, Mama loves you very much. We did it. Kesley Martin. The Lord stood by me and gave me strength. 2 Timothy 4:17. Thanks to my family for all your support. I love you. Desiree Ramirez. I have immense gratitude for my family, my teachers, and friends. I'm a living testimony of God's power. The victory belongs to Him. Praise is my song. Psalm 139. Shelby Roberson. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Mama, I did it. To my village, thank you, and I love you. Karshay Stone. First and foremost, I want to thank God, then my children, and finally and most importantly, my family for their overly support. Dr. Mariana Thomas will now come forward and introduce the ADN class of 2023.
ADN graduates, you may now begin to line up and the order is seated. Ms. Silvis and Ms. Jernigan will be facilitating the pinning and you will receive a Florence Nightingale lamp on your way back to your seat. Olivia Allen. I would like to first thank Ms. Fields for constantly giving me love and motivation. My grandmother Denise, husband Joseph, and my sons Austin, Andrew, and Jojo for giving me motivation every day. And lastly, but most importantly, God. Yasmin Ashraf. I would like to thank my family for always supporting me and believing in me throughout this journey. I also want to thank my friends that I've made over the last 2 years. Couldn't have done it without you. Gisha Bacarinas Salario. First of all, thank you, Almighty God, for giving me strength to keep going. To my friends and family, I wish to express my honest gratitude for the support you gave me. I love you and am genuinely thankful for you all. KJ Balastros Clark. I want to thank my family for their sacrifices, love, and support. My best friends, Heather and Kevin, who helped me make it through, and Miss Fields. Without her, I wouldn't be here. Brianna Barger Pena. Stefan Beard. I want to thank my daughter, Anaya, for being patient and understanding. Also, Jasmine, Amanda, and grandmother Barbara for being there for me 100% of this journey. Last but not least, my parents. Without the lessons, I would not be the man I am today. Anna Betancourt. I want to thank Miss Fields, Miss Silvis, and my study group. I want to thank my family for their continuous love and support, and most importantly, myself for working hard, taking no days off, and never giving up. Svetlana Domingo. I want to thank my daughter and husband for inspiring me to be better every day. Thank you, hubby, for all of the hard work. Stephen Ellis. I would like to thank my wife and kids for their sacrifices and support throughout my journey. I couldn't do it without you. I also want to send a special thanks to Dr. Thomas, Miss Silvis, and Miss Fields. Thank you for all of your support and encouragement. Tamisha Figueroa. First, I want to thank God. Secondly, I want to thank all the people who have supported me on this journey. My parents, Mr. and Mrs. Murray, sons Marcus and Marvis, my 12 heartbeats, professors, and other family and friends. Most importantly, Daryl and Deidre Holmes. Couldn't have made it without you. Ludwika Franco. I want to thank my parents for supporting me every step of the way, my boyfriend Pablo for being there, and I want to thank my job for working with my busy schedule and my teachers for lifting me up, and lastly, myself for believing in me. Chastity George. I would like to give all the glory and honor to God for giving me this program. I would also like to thank my family for their support. To my late grandmother, Maddie George, your girl made it. Karen Hernandez. Thank you, Lord. God is good all of the time. Thank you to my parents for never letting me lose my faith. Officer Hernandez for sponsoring my coffees this past year. Thank you to my sister Julie and Edison Portillo, Guy, and LaChelsea. You guys are awesome. Last but not least, my husband Diego and the rest of my family for all of the prayers. Andrell Hill Odawomi. I want to thank God for seeing me through this year. I want to thank my mom, who is my biggest supporter and inspiration to be the best. Thank you, Kenny, for being part of the best years of my life. And Uncle Monroe, I owe you everything. Thank you to my whole family for never giving up on me. The mountaintop looks amazing. David Huff. I want to thank my parents for supporting me through this process and also my professors for taking the time and getting us through this. Brittany Hurst. Words cannot express how much I appreciate the sacrifices of family and support from my friends throughout my journey. Donnie, you've lifted me up in moments of doubts and given me the strength to persevere. Today, we celebrate each of you who played a role. Queen is a biggie. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. My God, in him I will trust. A big thank you to my family and friends for your continued prayers. Heather LeBove. I would like to thank all of my family and the Huddleston family, as well as all my friends and coworkers that have motivated and supported me the past 2 years, especially my boyfriend, Jarrett. I couldn't have done it without y'all, and I cannot wait to ride the next wave as an RN. Judy Lambright. To my grandma, I hope to follow in your footsteps as a wonderful, compassionate nurse. To my daughters, remember to never give up. To the rest of my family, thank you for all your love and support. And to Byram, thank you for always being there and keeping my head above water. Leslie Lucio. I want to thank my in-laws because without their support, I wouldn't be here today. Rosa Marsh. I would like to thank my kids, siblings, and parents for always being here for me, and lastly, my husband for being the biggest supporter and encouraging me. I would not have been able to get through nursing school without each and every one of you. Madison McCaskill. I would like to thank my family and fiance for all the love and support throughout school, especially Grandma and Papa Dale for their positivity and my mom for all the meals and late night study sessions. I love you all and greatly appreciate you. Kevin McDonald. Thank you, Heather and KJ. Ashley Moore. Special thanks to God, myself, family, and friends. Thanks for everything. Lisa Nguyen. Thank you to my mom and family for supporting me all throughout nursing school. I wouldn't be here without you. Kelly Nicholas. I would like to thank my mom for always supporting me no matter what, my best friend Jessica for never leaving my side no matter how many times I'm right, and my kids for keeping me on my toes. Last but not least, I would like to thank me. I want to thank the little girl inside of me that always had faith and knew we would make it. Dahlia Araya. Thanks to my parents, family and friends for supporting me throughout this journey. I'm nervous about this one, y'all. Okay. Jacqueline Perez Velasquez. Gracias a mis queridos padres por su constante apoyo, amor y guía. Sin ustedes no estaré donde estoy hoy. To my mentors and dearest friends, thank you for always being there to encourage and support me. It means the world to me. Savannah Robichaux. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. I just wanted to say thank you to my hubby, my boys, and my family who supported me through nursing school. Love each and every one of you. Claudia Salinas. To my parents, thank you for your sacrifices. Edgar and Alessandra, you're my heartbeat that keeps me going. To my siblings, thank you for your unconditional love. And to my Creator and Father in heaven, none of this would have happened if it wasn't for you. Thank you. Heather Saylor. Thank you to my family and friends that have encouraged me on the journey. A special thanks to my husband, Chris, for always supporting me, and son, Finley, for inspiring me every day. Lastly, thank you to Ms. Fields, KJ, and Kevin. I could not have done this without you. I am forever grateful for this experience. Maya Senegal. I want to thank my parents and the best big brother for the love and support y'all have given me along this journey. I couldn't have done it without y'all. Daddy, your baby girl made it. Raul Simmons. Tawana Cookie Spencer. My genuine appreciation goes to the ones who made my graduation achievable. Your presence has always been comforting, and I am immensely grateful for all the tough love and motivation you all showered me with. It feels great to have so much genuine support around me, so thanks to my dear husband, family, friends, and of course, Miss Fields. Lachey Stredick. Stredick, excuse me. Serta Tallis. I thought this day would never come and feel so proud and privileged to be here. I want to thank my mom and dad who are in Turkey right now and my dear sister for always being there for me. Dylan, thank you for making the hard days more manageable. Today I am honored to be walking this stage as every sacrifice has been worth it. Georgie Theme. I would like to thank my family, especially my mom and dad, for supporting me throughout this journey. I would also like to thank all of my friends for their support and encouragement. I could not have done this without any of you. Elizabeth Thomas, Psalms chapter 103, verse 2. Let me praise Jehovah. May I never forget all that he has done. Jennifer Vianney. I would like to give a special shout out to my husband who has stood by my side through it all. My parents, sister, and family, as well as best friends Krista and Kelly for encouraging me and picking me up when I was down. To the best study group, Cookie, Maya, and Kelly, we did the dang thing. And Dr. Pinnell, please come up and present the BSN graduates.
They already knew what to do. Students, please come forward. But before we start, the students are going to be presented, the BSN graduates, with lab coats today. They did know they were getting lab coats, but what they didn't know is they're engraved with their brand new BSN, RN credentials. And that is a gift for them from myself and Ms. Stevens. At this time, could Dean Lewis Jasper please come forward and read the graduates' names?
Patricia Anye Silvas. Thank you to my family, friends, my instructors for encouraging me down this journey. You all have been so supportive through my education and career, and I would not be here without you. Frederick Gasada. Thank you, God, for this long journey, for seeing me, my family, friends, classmates, and my teachers, for helping me work to this end. If it doesn't challenge you, it does not change you. Fred DeVito. Diana Gomez. Thank you to my family for being my biggest supporters. And thank you to all of my teachers for being such amazing role models and shaping me into the nurse I am today. Christina Harklerode. Thank you to my family, my friends, for being by my side to support me through this journey to become a nurse. I could not have done it without y'all. And thank you to my professors who helped me every step of the way. Margaret Hernandez. Thank you to everyone for your support of me along the way. Class of 2023, we did it. Karina Mauricio. I want to thank me because I am amazing. Thanks to my girls, my mother, and my husband. I love you all. Jenna Metzger. Thank you to my mother for inspiring me to become a nurse and continue my education. Thank you to my sweet husband, Mark, for sticking with me through this journey and for listening to my long lectures about the topics we were learning about. I promise I won't say a word again. Cynthia Rodriguez. Thank you so much to my family for helping me get this far. I wouldn't be here without you. Mariah Ruiz. Mom, Dad, Julie, I am so grateful to have you in my life. You've motivated and inspired me to do my absolute best in school. No matter what I achieve in my life, my family and friends will forever be with me and the best part of me. Thank you for all the love, care, and support throughout my life, and the success of my graduation is all yours. Thank you. Catherine Smith. Thank you to my family for being amazing supporters. I could not have done it without you. I also want to thank Ms. Stevens and Dr. Pinnell for being so helpful.
The Nightingale Pledge was composed by Lystra Gretter, an instructor at the nursing of Old Harbor Hospital in Detroit, Michigan, and was first used for its graduating class in the spring of 1893. It's an adaptation of the Hippocratic Oath by physicians. Florence Nightingale was also known as the Lady with the Lamp and a pioneering nurse, writer, theorist, and noted statistician. She is considered by many the mother of the American nursing. She carried a lamp when she moved from the wounded soldier to check on them at night. Now, Dr. Mariana Thomas will lead you in the Nightingale Pledge as you join our profession.
Graduates, please stand and light your candles by turning them on. Please join me in reciting the Florence Nightingale Pledge. I solemnly pledge myself before God and in the presence of this assembly to pass my life in purity and to practice my profession faithfully. I will abstain from whatever is deleterious and mischievous, and I will not take or knowingly administer any harmful drug. I will do all in my power to maintain and elevate the standard of my profession, and will hold in confidence all personal matters committed to my keeping and all family affairs coming to my knowledge in the practice of my calling. With loyalty, I will work to endeavor to aid the physician in his work and devote myself to the welfare of those committed to my care. You may now turn the lamp batteries off and be seated.
This year, we have set up an empty chair to my right to honor former students, graduates, and faculty who have passed during this recent year. They are Dr. Josette Armendariz-Baptiste, who graduated the ADN class of 1998. She was the Chief Nurse Executive at UTMB and the Vice President of Patient Services. Dr. Arlinda Washington, Associate Professor of Nursing, Galveston College, and Adonia Renee Collins, ADN student and your former classmate. We'll have a moment of silence to honor and remember them. Thank you. Dr. Miles Shelton, President of Galveston College, will present our closing remarks. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Shelton.
Good afternoon. As I start this and I think about all the things that I've listened and as I've watched you come across the stage, I can't tell you how proud I am of you graduates. It is amazing what you have accomplished, and it is more exciting even yet to think of what is still in front of you that you can accomplish. And so as you celebrate this day, let's not let it pass without thanking the ones on whose shoulders you stand. So first of all, I want to ask you, the graduates, to give a hand for your faculty and staff that have helped you get here today. And then also, if you would stand and turn around and give a hand to those who are in the audience that helped you get here today. Thank you. You've dreamed about this day, haven't you? And now it's reality. And we celebrate your accomplishments. And we know that as you go forth, you will represent yourself and Galveston College exceedingly well. So as we move to the conclusion of this, I want you to think with me just a minute about your heroes. And if you go to Google or your favorite AI chatbot and you Google heroes or individuals who have made a difference in this world, you're going to come up with a lot of names. Some of them artists, musicians, some of them scientists, some of them politicians. But you know, the heroes are the folks that we come in contact with each day, in whose life we make a difference. Think about that for a minute. All the lives that you can touch and make a difference in. And then because you touch that life, that person will touch somebody else. And all the ripples that go forward from what you did as a nurse. You know, it's amazing if you think about it. As we come out of this time of COVID, and you heard Dr. Jenkinson talk about that time when people remembered what she did, but she couldn't remember what happened that day. I mean, think about that. People who are at their most fragile, in that most unique position, where you have a unique opportunity to make a difference in the lives of that individual and that family. The power that you hold. But you only get there if you stand by your convictions and you do the things that you know that are right to do. So as we leave here today and you enter the medical field as a nurse, or you continue your education to advance your knowledge as a nurse before entering the field, I want you to remember that you have the knowledge, you have the power, and you have the strength to act with honor and good sense to make a difference in somebody's life every day. Whether it's a single act of kindness, an idea shared with others, or the use of your knowledge and gifts to give comfort or save a life, the power to make a difference is in your hands every day. So with what you've learned at Galveston College, the strong moral compass that I know you have, and the power that is within each of you, I believe you will succeed. May God bless you and keep you in your work and throughout your life's journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Shelton. I'd like to present to Dr. Jenkinson a little token of our appreciation for being our speaker today. Okay, a few parting words. We are so proud of you. Once you are licensed, please protect your license that you worked so hard to get. Secondly, be an advocate for your patients, who are the reason that you were called to this profession, and you are working with people often that are at the most vulnerable time of their life. Graduating from this nursing program is a reason to celebrate, but please be responsible. Continue your education. We look forward to seeing you back here for our LVN to RN transition program and to our RN to BSN program. Again, we would like to thank Dr. Larry Bloomstead, our pianist, our wonderful pianist. And this concludes our ceremony. Thank you for attending. We will see you this evening at the Galveston College graduation ceremony. And please join me for one last round of applause for our graduates. Thank you.